In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear, forward, lower control arms on this Volkswagen TDI Jetta Wagon. These are also known as trailing arms. These are going to be located behind the rear wheels. Let's get into it. In the back, we're going to pull this cover up. And then there's a cover underneath here. You want to pull that up as well. And you want to find the tool kit that comes with your vehicle for the spare tire. And you're looking for this hook or a hook that looks very similar to that. Grab that. Now we're going to take the caps off, use the tool, just go in the center, pull the cap off. Using a 17mm socket, take the lug bolts out. Before I take the last one out, I'm just going to hold the wheel from falling. Grab the wheel, pull it off. I'm going to take this nut off, use a 16mm wrench, loosen this up. And the stud in the center is going to spin. To prevent that from spinning, you're going to use a triple square socket. This is a M6. Just put it on a ratchet. It's going to hold that from spinning. If you can't use the socket in the center holding the stud, you can use some locking pliers on the back side of it. Then use a impact. Just take the nut off that way. That works as well. Now I'm going to take the link off at the base. For the base, I'm just going to use the locking pliers on the back side to prevent the stud from spinning, and then 16mm socket. Take the nut off. There we go. Take the locking pliers off. And take a hammer, just give this a tap. This piece comes right out. And pull the link out. The bracket right here that is riveted on, that holds the parking brake cable. To get the rivet off, I'm just going to chisel it off from this side with an air hammer. There we go. Then I'm going to punch it through. There we go. And grab the bracket, slide that off. We can just move that out of the way. That's just going to hang right there. Underneath, I'm just going to support this suspension right here with a pull jack. Just a little bit. You don't have to raise it up too much. Now we're going to take this bracket off, use a 16mm socket. I'm going to take this inboard bolt off first. Now we're going to take these two bolts out, use a 18mm socket. Pull that out. Grab the arm and just rotate that down. Now before you take this bolt out for the bracket, you want to measure how the control arm is or the trailing arm is, because you want to put this back together the same way as you took it out. It's going to be impossible to torque this bolt while the vehicle is on the ground. So right there on our vehicle, we have 1.5 inches, or you can take a socket and just measure up a socket that fits. So that'll work. Using a 18mm socket, take this bolt out. Slide that off. Now with the new arm there, put the cap on, or the bracket, get the bolt started. Put our socket there. snug that up. You can use the ruler, make your adjustments. Looks good. I'm gonna use a 19mm wrench, just go on the back side where the nut is. And with a new bolt, you're gonna torque this to 66 foot-pounds plus an additional 90 degrees. And then additional 90 degrees. If you don't have a torque angle meter, do the best you can. And get this arm in place. I'm just gonna get these bolts started right here. It's recommended you replace these bolts. All right. Just using a straight blade screwdriver, I'm just gonna get into one of the holes where the bolts go and just pry the bracket back. Just get the other bolts started. There's also a hole right there in the bracket. You can pry that back. Get this to line up. I'm just going to get these close. And then we can pry this back a little. And then with new bolts, you're gonna torque these to 36 foot-pounds and then an additional 45 degrees. If you don't have a torque angle meter, do the best you can. And then 45 degrees. Before you tighten these bolts down, just take a Phillips head screwdriver. Just make sure this hole is lined up, and you can snug these down before you torque them. Now we're going to torque these to 66 foot-pounds and then an additional 45 degrees. 45 degrees. Good. You can remove the pull jack, take that out of the way. Take the bracket for the cable, get this lined up, position. If you have a rivet that's going to fit in there, you can use that. Otherwise, if not, you can use a bolt with a nut and just bolt it on. Tighten this down. Now take the sway bar link, slide that through, and get this lined up with the bar. You might have to pull this down a little bit. Get the bolt, send that through. Put the nut on. I'll tighten this down. I'll just use a 13mm wrench on the bolt, 15mm socket. Tighten this down. That's snug. Now torque this nut to 33 foot-pounds. a nut, get that started. Snug that down. Torque that to 33 foot-pounds. That's good. Now I'll put the tire up. Get that lined up. Get the lug bolt started. Snug that down. Get all the lug bolts in. Snug those down. Now we're going to torque the lug bolts to 89 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Just go around again, double check. That's good. Take the caps, get those lined up, and push those in place. After you're done, you want to put the hook back. Go back to your spare tire, find the toolkit, and install it in the toolkit.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.